Hello, I'm Ezra Bryan, and welcome to 12 About Town today. After all that winter weather, it's time to freshen up your home. Here to show us how you can DIY your update with a resource from Farrow and Ball is our lifestyle contributor, Jonathan Miller. So, Jonathan, let's go ahead and start off. I don't know anything about design. How can this book here help me?
This book is phenomenal in that it's almost a textbook in a way. I went through design school, and this book is almost the cheat sheet for that, in a sense. It has everything you need in it, from design principles down through diagrams on how you need to paint a room, that sort of thing, being able to have examples of rooms. It even jumps over and gives you a neutral color palette that you can start with, which this to me is phenomenal because in a few minutes you're going to see a board behind you with these exact colors on it. So it gives you a real life view of how you can use neutrals to really liven up a space and at the same time give it a distinct character look. Which, like I said, the picture you just saw, that's in the book, and it is right here behind you.
Wow.
Now, this is where you can, I always tell any design client, do neutrals as your base, because as time progresses, you're gonna wanna change things out. You know me, I tell you to do it every season. One day I'm coming over and I'm gonna attack your house.
I'm ready for it, I'm ready
like,
for
you know,
it.
we're gonna get it all set up. But by starting with your neutrals, this is literally, you can do an old white from Farrow and Ball on your base color on your walls, do a lime white on the trim, and then do an off-white on your ceiling. It's gonna give you color and dimension at the same time that you just, it's astounding, as you saw in that photo. You wouldn't think that that was all just neutral colors, but it is. And then you can add things in, you know, let's say you wanna add in a green couch. All of these colors on this board, they have a green undertone. So any color of green is gonna automatically work with them. But let's say you want something more dramatic. This is one of Farrow and Ball's this is one of their blacks. This black has an undertone that's got a little bit of a purplish hue to it. So still, it's gonna add drama and sophistication.
And I feel like too with these tones as well, it adds a little bit more depth into the room as well too, which is also really, really cool as well too.
And that's one of the things, is sometimes you'll buy a home, it'll just be, everything will be painted white, same color of white. And it just, it gets a little lost.
Right.
This gives you a neutral scape to where if you were selling your home, you can also do this same thing. Then you're able to pull the personalization out of it at the same time.
So it really does a lot just with those tones.
It does.
And also, can you kind of talk to us as well too about color drenching as well?
Color drenching is one of the hot trends right now. It's absolutely one of my favorite things in the world, and you're gonna love it because it's, you buy one color of paint and you use it in the entire room. Floor, ceiling, trim, everything. The only thing with that I would recommend if you're color drenching is to do a gloss on your trim after you've actually done the entire room.
And Jonathan, also too, what if people need help? I know obviously we talked about this book here, so just kind of talk to us a little bit more about that.
So let's just say you just can't get it together yourself. You can go into Palette. Palette Home is a local resource we have here in Richmond. They are on Libby and Grove. They are phenomenal. They can help you with a color consult from everything from furniture to paint down to, let's say we want to add a little more character. You know, I was talking about adding greens.
Yes.
Say you want to add wallpaper. They've got a full wallpaper line as well. And so these are some of the newer patterns that are in right now, two of my favorites. And as you can see, these greens, they would go perfectly with this paint right here.
Yes.
It is a phenomenal resource. And sometimes people are a little scared of wallpaper, and I tell people, start somewhere small. Let's say you've got a fabulous closet that you just had inserted. Wallpaper that first. It gives you a little bit of an extra character and drama in there and that investment, and it gives you something that's just a little surprise and delight moment every day.
Wow, wow. And now that you know, instead of repainting an entire home at once, what do you recommend a strategic plan for updating a space just one step at a time?
You and I have talked about this, how, like, you know, jumping in right into something, it can get very overwhelming if you don't have a plan. So this is my year of plans on everything. So look at your calendar and see how much time you have. Let's say you've only got a few hours on a Saturday, and you know, start with a small room. Either start with a closet or start with a front little small foyer or something of that aspect, so you don't get overwhelmed, but actually make yourself a plan for it. And if you know there's gonna be something, like I say, some snow days, then you're definitely going to want to use those to your advantage because, hey, you're going to be at home all day. Go out beforehand instead of buying all the bread and milk, buy paint. So then you've got a project and something to do.
Yes, do not let yourself go a little haywire over that break as well too. Well, where can folks find more information and a complete breakdown of all this as well too?
There's going to be a QR code on your screen that you're going to be able to go there. You can order the book. And if you want even more paint tips, I have a full blog that's already published on it. So you can go in, you can check that out and find all your resources and get started painting.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Jonathan. One more 12 About Town coming up after the break.